Ben Shapiro has made a sharp criticism of what he calls woke gender ideology.
Do that. But I think that teaching kids, as we are now being told, teaching kids that they must use preferred pronouns, or that men can become women, women can become men, sex doesn't exist, as a recent op-ed in the New York Times said, that's asinine, anti-scientific, and counterproductive.
This was one of the most dramatic events in this American lawyer's speaking career. This shows the growing tension between biological reality and the modern gender politics, which is revealed through his showdowns. You won't believe how some of his confrontations went down. One of Ben Shapiro's most vivid memories was the one he had at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, when a student, confident he had the perfect counter-argument, declared his argument was invalid because gender is a spectrum, that it cannot be known based on a picture just who is male or female. Shapiro's comeback? Classic Shapiro, and to the point. He quickly dismantled the argument with a harsh comeback.
I have every single biological characteristic of a male, and if I say I am female, then I am female. This is anti-scientific nonsense.
The student was caught off guard and really didn't get much of a comeback in. He didn't let his denial of their contention end there. He was able to note that, for the vast majority of human existence, gender was based on biological reality. Though he did concede the reality of people who are intersex, he did not retreat in his argument. He directly averred, "The biological duality of sex isn't obviated by rare exceptions," and he made sure there was no confusion in his reasoning as he walked away, leaving the crowd there. If you think his college debates were intense, wait until you hear what happened on live TV. When Shapiro appeared on Dr. Drew on Call, he went head-to-head with transgender activist Zoey Tur. What began as a debate quickly turned physical. Shapiro called Tur "sir," and the response was instantaneous. Tur grabbed Shapiro by the neck, threatening him on live television. But here is the thing. Shapiro stood his ground even when things were getting heated. He calmly had to declare that biology defines what sex is, not personal identity. The episode received national headlines not so much on the physical fight itself, but really on Shapiro's composure in it. It was not just biology against identity. The fight had become a huge emblem of the wider national conversation on free speech. As Shapiro said, the takeaway was simple: you can't force someone to agree with your view just because you disagree with theirs. Another highlight in the public debates of Shapiro came at Politicon 2017, when he headlined against Blair White, a transgender conservative YouTuber. Again, this debate was less of a clash than in the explosive TV showdown. Shapiro agreed that people have the right to live whatever way they want. But when it came to language and pronouns, Shapiro drew a hard line.
I mean, I would try to avoid specifically offending you by using a pronoun that you don't like, but I also am not going to bow to the sort of social convention now that I'm supposed to use a pronoun of people's choosing rather than a pronoun that accurately describes the truth.
It was a call for more compassion that was led by White, but Shapiro made a very firm stand by saying that society did not have to bend its means of expression if it seemed that those identities go against biological truth. That is not a matter of disrespect. It is the rising conflict between the rights of individuals and the norms of society. Shapiro had no time in knocking down this argument, pointing out that though society may define roles and expectations for one's gender identity, it cannot redefine the biological facts. Then he took it up another notch with an even more contentious issue: medical transition of children. When a student attempted to get him on his heels by comparing puberty blockers to circumcision, Shapiro wouldn't bite. He focused on long-term impacts related to medical interventions, especially for children, and called for extreme caution when making such decisions. Shapiro's position is clear. Society cannot ignore the differences between men and women biologically, no matter how fluid gender identity may become in social discourse. What is common to all these debates? All point to a firm advocacy of the struggle for biological realities and free speech. Always on a college campus, live TV, or publicly, Shapiro advocates one message: society can't be obliged to hold with objective facts and concepts mismatched. This is not merely winning debates for him, but defending a worldview he feels is attacked. As the national conversation concerning gender politics, free speech, and biological reality continues, this is certain: Shapiro isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Do you side with Shapiro on his stand on these issues, or do you believe society needs to evolve past biological definitions? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on today's most pressing issues.